Nintendo is making many moves this week, mashing together the Mario games we love into an epic collection coming soon, plus dealing out a ton more Mario-related announcements. Plus, they've got some sick sales to carry you through Labor Day weekend and into the fourth quarter of the year. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. We got some epic first-party sales, which are always such a treat. Some incredible Switch games down 33%, which is a big deal. And a lot of epic eShop sales, including some that are ridiculously great values. All of them, though, the lowest price ever. You know I got to give you guys the lowest price deals ever, and that's what we got happening here in this video. So make sure to smash that like button if you enjoy getting your Switch games for cheaper, and let me know in the comments down below what you're targeting. We're starting off with a big Best Buy sale on first-party games that is officially supported by Nintendo. I mean, they have advertised it on their website, and this sale runs until September the 10th, so you got a little bit of time. We got 5 major first-party games all coming in at $40. That's 33% off, which is a great discount. $20 off. Super Mario Maker 2 feels fantastic. I love playing through all the crazy courses created by tons of other crazy Switch fans and Mario fanatics. I also love that 3D World is included here, and if you haven't played 3D World on Wii U, you're going to get a taste of one of the best Mario titles ever made. It's got online co-op, it's got new levels, and it's coming to Switch in February. In the meantime, though, get used to the graphic style, get used to the items, get used to the characters. Cat Mario is a thing, and this game as a whole, I don't feel like it ever hit with as much thunder as it deserves. There's a lot of rumble, but not a ton of big storms when it comes to singing the praises of Mario Maker 2. It's a phenomenal game that maybe started on the wrong foot in how it handled cooperative play, but they fixed all of that, and it's so good. There's so many courses out there. This is like buying Infinite Mario, and at $40, it gets a gold SwitchForce seal of recommendation. Next up, we got Splatoon 2. You know how much I love the Squid Kids. I love the gyro aiming with the Pro Controller, and I cannot wait to see if it's Splatoon 3 or a spin-off next. Splatoon 2, $40, 33% off. Fantastic game for single player as well. Splatoon 2 is usually utilized as a massive multiplayer title for Switch, but it's really good single player. And if you get into it, the Octo expansion is fantastico as well. Mario Tennis Ace is one of my favorite sports games on Nintendo Switch. It is ultra competitive. It's added a ton of DLC characters since its launch a few years back, and the online community is probably really intense. But as long as you have a local player to compete against, get your rackets, grab your hats, and play as freaking Kamek or Chainsaw. A lot of great mechanics, intense battles. Me and Gabe loved the heck out of this for a very long time, and $40 feels like a fantastic price 2 years after its release. Also, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is 40 big ones, but I'm going to say with so much Mario happening soon, probably sit this one out. Unless you're looking for a very family-friendly affair where you and your kids or you and your younger siblings or everyone just wants to hang out. Mario Bros. U Deluxe is a great time for everyone to enjoy side-scrolling multiplayer together, but it's probably the least inspired and most boring Mario of the bunch, especially once the Mario 3D All-Stars Collection hits and 3D World Deluxe hits. I don't see much reason to own this game. It does have a very cool Trials mode that brings about achievements into a Nintendo Mario title, which is really fun, but I don't think that's worth the full package. And if I were you, I'd skip this one. But if you are looking for something that's very family-friendly and co-op and multiplayer and Mario, you might grab it at $40. Yoshi's Crafted World is another game I'd probably skip, but at $40, if you're interested in Yoshi's very crafted adventure, this is a pretty solid game. I don't think it's uninspired. It's actually quite inspired. There's a lot of loving art and charm that went into this title. It's just a little bit lackluster in terms of being expansive. Everything on Switch really blew itself out. You look at how big Luigi's Mansion 3 is, how massive Splatoon 2 is, how incredible Breath of the Wild is. Yoshi's Crafted World feels like a title from the last generation. Doesn't mean it's bad, it's just not as exciting, and it wouldn't be my first pick even at $40. Moving over to the eShop, my friends, Mortal Kombat Aftermath Collection is $30. That's 50% off till September the 8th, the lowest it's ever been. This is the full package that gets you Mortal Kombat, it gets you the Combat Pack DLC, and the big story booster, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. This is the full thing. If you don't own Mortal Kombat 11 on Switch, $30 is fantastic for all of it. Now, if you do own Mortal Kombat on Switch, unfortunately, they're valuing your copy of MK11 at about $6, because just getting Aftermath is $23.99, 40% off, which still makes it the lowest price ever till September the 8th, but, you know, this deal is much better if you don't have the game at all. But even if you do and you want to play the very expansive multi-hour new story campaign, as well as 3 new fighters and 3 new skin packs, it's still a good deal, the lowest price it's ever been, down from $40 to $24. But I love getting the whole ensemble for half price. SUPERHOT is one of my favorite indie games in recent memory. It's $15, down 40% till September the 17th, lowest price ever. Do your dirty work against these red wire frames and investigate the mysterious world of SUPERHOT. It is an FPS in which time freezes. It moves when you move. So as you take a step, the world progresses forward. It creates a very puzzly shooter experience where you have to navigate all of the nuances and make sure you survive. You can't get hit once, but everybody else is ready to be sliced and diced. You got to use swords, guns, and a lot of cerebral power to beat these puzzly FPS stages. I love it. There's an expansion. I hope it comes to Switch. Has it come to Switch? Maybe it is on Switch. Let's see. Is it on Switch? I don't think so yet, but hopefully one day it will. The game is amazing. Little Dragon's Cafe is a title that we talked about a few years back. It released in 2018, and it's down to $17.99, 70% off till September 11th. It's a full $60 game where you are building a cafe, and there's a lot of dragons hanging out. So if you like sim games, if you like games with cute characters and a lot of loving aesthetics, this is for you, especially if you're a fan of kitchens. Now, it's a lot slower paced than something like Overcooked, which we will talk about a little later, but it does have a long campaign and a lot for you to do if you're into more RPG simulation type titles, and $17.99 is a super sweet price for a game that, might not be worth it at $60, but sure feels worth it at $18. BLOODROOTS, one of the hot indies of the year. It appeared in an indie world and took the world by storm. Releasing this February, it's phenomenal. $14, that's 30% off till September the 14th. I love the game, but just know that it is very challenging. It is it's not really a one-shot game, but it's basically a one-shot game where you're trying to pick up as many weapons as you can and quickly navigate these set environments with all sorts of bad guys and do your worst. Crazy weapons, like rolling over dudes with barrels, hitting them with giant carrots. Swords and things as well. It gets intense quickly, but there's a lot of satisfaction. There's some frustrating moments if you get hit and the controls don't seem to cooperate as well as you would like, but for the most part, I'd say this is 90% an awesome game. Paper Cult did a great job. The aesthetic is amazing, and at $14, it feels like a sure winner. Dungeon of the Endless, $11.99, 40% off till September 14th. Like everything else on this list, it is lowest price ever. This is a roguelike, but it's mixed with dungeon defense. You have to build out a team and try to protect your dungeon as best you can. You got to build up defenses. So you're keeping a generator safe. You're building up different modules that'll help you defend. And then you open the door and see what's on the other side. This Switch version does include a lot of downloadable content. It is a beefy game. There's a lot going on. And it is kind of like a side-scrolling roguelite RPG protection defense type game, mixing a lot of genres, a lot of strategy, but a fun time, and one you can get for nearly 50% off, down 40% until the 14th. Death Squared is our cheap game of the week. I love this co-op title for $1.45. That puts it at 90% off till September 25th, the lowest it's been. Free updates have added a lot of levels to an already jam-packed game. Phenomenal in co-op. You're moving your blocks around. It reminds me very much of Portal if the play space was limited. If you're on kind of this grid-based environment, it's Portal. It has that kind of charm, that kind of puzzly atmosphere, and that kind of cerebral but still accomplishable type time. There are some very difficult levels. It can be played with up to 4 players, and it's good for local play, and no online as far as I'm aware. But with so many levels, and at such a cheap price, like this is a must add to your collection. There is a demo, but don't even waste your time. The game is less than 6 quarters. Buy it, please. Subsurface Circular is a story title by Mr. Bithell. That's $4.79, down 20% till September 24th, the lowest it's ever been. I'm going to read the copy. A detective station on the Subsurface Circular investigates a series of disappearances among the city's robotic working class. Collect words and phrases, then use them in dialogue puzzles to uncover the world's secrets and determine its future. So you're building out your vocabulary to better navigate through these dialogue trees and uncover the mystery. Got a lot of amazing reviews. It's got a great design team, and it's a really cool short game, one you can get in and get out for under $5. I like it a lot. Call of Cthulhu is $17.99. That's 55% off until September 11th. This game didn't get great reviews. We're talking high 60s, but I wanted to point it out because it is a low price. And if you're looking to grab something kind of unique on Switch, a third-party RPG, it might be for you. This one reminds me a lot of Vampire. It's by Focus Home Interactive. They published the game, and of course, there's a lot of tentacles and sea monsters. Not a game that I would say run out and grab, but if you've been waiting for a discount, this is a good price, the lowest it's been. FIBBAGE XL, I love me some Jackbox, and the new party pack is about ready to descend later this year. But right now, you can grab a standalone version of FIBBAGE XL for $7.49. That's the lowest it's ever been, 25% off till September the 10th. This is a title where you'll try to stump your friends in questions like William Shatner raised $25,000 for Habitat for Humanity by selling his, and you can make up whatever you want, his Game Boy, his nose, his fiance, I don't know. Give it a go. It's a great game, a very fun time. It's one of the original Jackbox titles, and it's stood the test of time. $7.49 feels like a great price if you want to get one of the better games that is approachable and playable by just about anyone. Some of the later Jackbox entries have introduced more gaming mechanics that non-gamers might not enjoy, but FIBBAGE XL works with anyone, and so does QUIPLASH, a much sillier time than one based on surprising facts. QUIPLASH is down to $7.49 as well, 25% off until September the 10th. This one is like a double rainbow, doesn't even have gold at the end of it. Instead, it has, and you make up silly answers and then vote on the one you like best. So much goofier party game, but still one that has value. COLT Canyon is down to $10.49. That's 30% off until September 23rd. This is a 2D roguelite title, but it's like top-down 2D. You are a cowboy trying to work your way through a ruthless world. You got to save your kidnapped partner from ruthless bandits. It is roguelite, so of course, there are upgrades, randomized open levels, a lot of boss fights, permadeath, and you can play the thing in co-op locally. It's got a very minimalist style, but one I appreciate for its color palette. It reminds me in a way of Kunai. Not the same art style, but it does use a similar palette that reminds me of the Game Boy with very interesting choices of tones. I'm eager to check this out. I've never played it, but I've heard really good things, and I might grab it at 30% off, lowest price ever. Y'all know I love Overcooked 2. One of the best games on Switch, one of the best games released in the last 5 or 6 years. Overcooked 2 is on sale, but the more important thing is that the freaking Gourmet Edition, this is the big kahuna, this is the giant freaking mega meal. This is the entree of all entrees for $29.09. That's 40% off till September 10th, the lowest it's ever been, getting the entire package. That's the base game and all the DLC, okay? All the DLC that's come out, all of it. Very good gift if you want to buy it for a friend. If you don't have it yourself, get it. If you do have the base game, then grab the Season Pass. It is down 35%, the lowest it's ever been, till September the 10th for $12.99. And that's going to get you a whole bunch of extra content. We're talking about the Campfire Cook-Off, Night of the Hangry Horde, and the third DLC called Carnival of Chaos. I love this stuff a lot. There's even more DLC, Surf and Turf, and I believe that the Gourmet Edition gives you even more, because the Gourmet Edition gives you more than the Season Pass. Some of it's free, some of it's not, but I'm pretty darn sure that stuff like Surf and Turf are included in the Gourmet Edition, but not in the Season Pass. So Gourmet Edition, if you don't have the game, is the better deal by far. The regular Overcooked 2 is also on sale for $14.99. That's 40% off till September the 10th, the lowest price it's been. Love this game. Said a million good things about it, and they're all true. YOOKA-LAYLEE and the Impossible Lair is the lowest price ever, $13.49, 55% off till September the 10th. This is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze with a little chameleon and a bat. So it's like a very similar game, but different. It's probably not as good as DKCTF, but I like it a lot, and what's really cool is that you'll play through the same levels multiple times after there have been major modifications, like a level gets flooded, because in this game there's an overworld with some light puzzle-solving elements, and it helps tie all of the areas together. I like the idea of playing the same levels twice, but with totally different paths through them as they've been affected by environmental shifts. And it's got a really cool mechanic where you can attempt the final boss right from the start, but you're going to need a lot of extra lives, and you'll have to acquire those through beating the other levels, and it's almost impossible to do it at the beginning, but you can push yourself and really challenge yourself, and hey, maybe finish the game early and then go back and complete the entire list of levels. I just like that concept. It's borrowed kind of from like Breath of the Wild, where you can go straight to Ganon if you want. You're just going to absolutely get punked. Now, YOOKA-LAYLEE itself, the base or the original title that this is based off of, is $13.59, 66% off till September the 10th, the lowest price it's been. And this is your Banjo-Kazooie for the modern era, but it feels a bit stuck in the past because those games don't translate so well. And instead of making a 2020 version of Banjo-Kazooie, or I guess this released in 2017, they made Banjo-Kazooie and released it in 2017. There's not a lot that says, hey, this has really jumped forward throughout the decades. It's more stuck in the past with a fresh coat of paint, new graphics, new levels, new characters, new mechanics. but it does feel very old school. There are minecart levels, so I love that. The transformations are very cute, and the game has undergone some good performance updates, so it's in pretty good shape. If you want to play it, give it a go. Just know it does feel a little bit antiquated. I would probably pick Impossible Lair if I had to choose between the two. Now, our final game of the day is Demon's Tilt, which is almost becoming a running joke. It's $13.99, 30% off till September 11th. The lowest price it's been, I've mentioned this game like 3 times, and every time I say I'm going to buy it, it is Bullet Hell meets Pinball, which I think is a really cool combo. 3-story table. It's a massive table with really bright neon, awesome sprite animation and graphics. It's got bosses, it's got special modes, it's got huge scores, and it's got a really cool just overall lore and aesthetic. Great music. I really need to play it, and I haven't bought it yet. Maybe I'll buy it this time. It is the lowest price it's been, $13.99. I gotta get it. I should just really buy it now. I should buy it during the video, but alas, I won't waste your time with that. I will tell you, though, that that's our list. About 20 awesome Switch games on super sales. My recommendations, you gotta grab Mario Maker 2 at $40 if you don't have it, and I think Splatoon 2 or Mario Tennis Aces are great choices at that $20 discount as well. I love the Aftermath collection at $30. Getting all that Mortal Kombat for $30 is phenomenal, and it's one of the better ports on Switch. The gameplay is great. It's super violent, but it's also super good. Speaking of super, SUPERHOT is amazing for $15, and I love BLOODROOTS at $13.99 as well. You're going to find great deals throughout this entire video because the lowest price ever. Death Squared at $1.45 is a must-own. It's a crime if you don't buy it. Colt Canyon at $10.49 looks interesting. The Overcooked Gourmet Edition for a whopping 40% off feels nice as well. And then Yooka-Laylee and Demon's Tilt round things out. Let me know which games you're targeting in the comments down below, which ones you'd recommend for a friend, and make sure to smash that like button if you enjoy getting your Switch games cheap. These videos are very helpful for me. Hopefully they're helpful for you, and thankfully Nintendo keeps them coming. As we enter the holiday season, saving money is going to be more important than ever, so I'll keep you posted. Until that time, everybody, have a fantastic, safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. Members, special shout out. I love you all. SwitchForce out.